We normally do not condone cheating, but on the Brothers Green, we do cheat a little bit when it comes to making delicious food. We don't have all freaking day to make things taste awesome, but there are little tips, there are tricks, a lot of things that I have used over the years that can make food taste fantastic. The cheat codes of cooking. You don't need to go to culinary school to make things taste good. And I'm here with Sister Green, and she's the perfect person to be here.
I'm Danny. I'm in med school. I have about an hour a day to cook, so we don't condone cheating in school, but we do condone cheating in the kitchen.
Exactly, and most of you out there, I'm sure, can relate to Sister Green. I'm sure you don't have that much time to cook food. So here are some awesome tricks that I've developed over the years, things I've seen, things I've tried, that are gonna make your food taste fantastic, but not take that long. Number one is the good old soy sauce, and if you've watched Brothers Green, you know we use a lot of soy sauce. It's one of my favorite ingredients, mainly because it's like salt on steroids. It's fermented soybeans, it has delicious flavor, and you can add it to so many things to elevate it and to gain flavor very quickly. One of my favorite uses is just sauteing up vegetables. Specifically, you got mushrooms. It doesn't get better than adding a squirt of some soy sauce to sauteed mushrooms. Just cook them down a little bit in oil and just add that squirt of soy sauce, and I'm telling you, you've got little meat bombs. Those things instantly transform to like plain old stinking mushrooms to these delicious, meaty, umami flavor mushroom bombers.
I'll take whatever I have around my kitchen. I'll take eggplant or zucchini, peppers, onions, whatever I can find, whatever I have that week. Cook up a little rice on the side, throw in some soy sauce, and it takes me like 15 minutes.
It's just easy flavor.
Yeah.
Another great one is tofu. Tofu is fantastic because just like mushrooms, it's a sponge. It absorbs a lot of flavor, so at least get a little texture. Saute it down first in a pan. Then add your soy sauce, and make sure you cook the soy sauce with the tofu or the vegetable, because raw soy sauce, it's going to be a little intense. It's good to cook it down just a tad, caramelize those flavors. Look at the color on that. You just took shitty tofu that everyone hates and you made it delicious. Moving on to the old curry powder. Curry powder is one of my favorite things to use because instead of freaking out with I got a lot of spices here, you don't have to freak out. Get yourself a good curry powder. It's got all of these awesome spices mixed into one, ready for action, ready for instantaneous flavor.
I don't know what half of those, I don't even know what a quarter of those are.
Honestly, all of these are in there. Most of them are in there, and there's a lot of different curry powders out there. I suggest just trying different ones, finding the one that you like. A lot of times I'll like one for a few months and then I'll overuse it, get sick of it, move on to another. So many options out there, but we've got some good uses for you. One of my favorite uses is just sprinkling it on some vegetables and roasting that off for just instantaneous, delicious roasted vegetables. You got curry cauliflower. That's starting to become a popular item. You see that popping up on a lot of menus. So it's super simple. Take some cauliflower, sprinkle on some oil, hit it with the salt, and then just hit it with the curry powder and throw it in a super hot oven, roast it off. You just took cauliflower to a whole nother level. That is cheating, my friends.
And it's good because you can put it in the oven and go do work. Like for me, I'll roast veggies, I'll put them in the oven, I'll go do 45 minutes worth of work.
And you can have them all week.
All week.
Yeah,
I put them
roasted
on salads.
veggies, you can't go wrong. Another great use is using it in sauces. Like we have a yogurt dip right here. You can sprinkle in a little bit of curry powder in there, and then you've got like this nice curry yogurt dip that you can sprinkle on your sandwiches.
Another great thing to use curry powder for is rice. So you make rice like you normally would. Right when you add in the water, you just start seasoning it. That was like the greatest thing Mike ever taught me. It was like right when you put the water in, that's when you can build the flavor because you can taste it. Then bring it up to a boil and cook it.
You hear that, Josh? I taught her that one just to let you know. Well, Josh might have taught it to me, and then I thought,
it's a trickle-down effect.
It's craziness. But yeah, that one is great, and everyone's going to be impressed because people are used to just standard white rice. But when you bring out this like colorful yellow rice, that has all this flavor, it is cheating again because people aren't going to know what you did, but it's so freaking easy. Moving on to something very similar but not in powdered form, in paste form. We've got curry paste. Here are two different ones. We've got a green curry and a massaman. Again, you can find these in most supermarkets now carry it. You go to the Thai section, the Asian section, and you can get a delicious curry paste. This is probably the most possible flavor that can ever be delivered in something like prepackaged.
Yeah.
Like if you read the ingredients, they're just filled with amazing aromatics. Your classic ginger, garlic, lemongrass, chili, all that stuff that would take you hours to grind up in a pestle and mortar or cut up by hand. It's all here, ready to go, instantaneous. And definitely my favorite use for this, and Danny's probably favorite thing in the world. Once I taught her how to make a coconut curry. Is that all you make?
That's all I make. Mom always says, "Are you gonna get sick of it?" And I make it every single week, and
But
I eat it for like 3
it's
days.
true. It really is the perfect dish for me. It's definitely top 3. Once I figured out coconut and curry paste taste so freaking delicious together, that was the end for me. One of my favorite techniques to use the curry paste is take it and just saute it in a little bit of oil first, because you got to remember you're dealing with raw ingredients here and they can be super intense. You don't want to freak your friends out or yourself. So just cook it down. You're really going to start mellowing down those flavors, caramelizing those flavors. Then I add the good old coconut milk for that beautiful, beautiful broth. In this case, we added the pad see ew noodles, which are the flat rice noodles. If you've got a chance to get those, get on that, my friends. And then we took the vegetables that we roasted with the soy sauce from before, and we added those. I could eat that every single day. I actually will eat that every single day this week because it's stored away.
I pretty much eat it every single day. And with curry, buy the curry paste. I remember when I was first starting to use curry and I was asking Mike and Josh about how to make it. I asked Josh for like an original recipe. I was like, how do you make curry paste? And he was like, it's really difficult. You're better off just buying it. I buy it. And once he said that, I was like, oh, if he buys
There's some
it,
amazing curry pastes out there, and work your way up. You know, start simple. If you really get super into Southeast Asian food or Indian food, you'll be making your own curry paste in no time. But I cook a lot, and I still use curry paste.
I don't have time.
It's a cheat code. You can use it, my
That's
friends.
what we're here for.
This next cheat code goes along with the last one because it's coconut milk, and it's something that I use all the time. Again, another ingredient that I fell in love with. So friggin' tasty. I added it obviously to my coconut curry, but I'll use it for a lot of different types of Asian dishes. I can add it, rice is a great one.
Yeah.
Throw that in there. Coconut rice will change your life. Just replace about half the water with the coconut. And then also I'll add it to smoothies or desserts. Those muffins that you saw in vegan episode 1. I'll replace the almond milk with coconut milk. You can replace any dairy with coconut milk, and for me it just tastes better.
Yeah, it's a good way to replace milk in any recipe you're going for.
And if you want more coconut recipes, head over to 5 Creative Ways to Use Coconut right here.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one.
We are moving away from Asian cuisine and we are heading over to the Mediterranean, a little bit of Italian, and we've got a combo package for you because when these two things come together, glorious, glorious cheat code. We've got lemon and we've got olive oil. Mix these two things together. You can't really beat it. It's so freaking fantastic. One of my favorite ways to use these two together, cook up a little fish, just salt and pepper. That's all you need. Sear it on both sides for a few minutes and just drizzle over a little bit of that lemon juice. Hit it with some olive oil. Tasty goodness. That's all you need, especially with grilled items. You can use vegetables too. A lot of times I'll just hit my vegetables or anything that I just cooked with a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil because you're bringing out that acidity, but then you're also kind of balancing it with just the smoothness of the olive oil. Honestly, when you mix these two things together, you get an amazing salad dressing. It's all you really need, some good lemon, some good olive oil. You can obviously add other things like honey. You can add salt, honey mustard. You can add a little bit of mustard in there.
Some balsamic. That
balsamic,
was a big one.
Yeah. But just these two things on its own are fantastic. But we're actually going to go right into our next cheat code because it involves this recipe, which is the fried egg.
Good on anything.
Good on basically anything.
Good way to impress anyone.
That's true.
Except for Guy Fieri. He hates fried eggs.
Really?
Hates fried eggs.
I thought that guy would be the one destroying. Guy, what's
No, he
wrong
hates
with
them.
Guy? God damn it. But for me, I love fried eggs. Screw Guy Fieri. Fieri?
Fieri.
Close enough. So what I'll do is just fry off an egg, and I'll actually throw that onto the salad. And it sounds kind of crazy. I don't know when I created this, but I realized when you put a fried egg on a salad, what happens is we already got the lemon and olive oil in there. We cut into that yolk. Now we are pretty much creating a mayo, or like an aioli, because that's what mayo is. It's oil and it's egg. You got the creaminess of the egg yolk, and then you got the texture of the warm white. It mixes together to make this weird combo dressing, but I love it. I make it all the time if I just want a quick salad. Obviously, we've all seen the egg on the noodle dishes. You can't beat that. Again, when you crack into the egg, you emulsify all of that yolk into the broth, and it becomes super rich and super creamy. You know, we've seen the burgers, we've seen all that stuff.
Put it on a
Sometimes it gets a
sandwich.
little excessive. You gotta watch out with the fried egg, because people are just throwing those on everything these days.
Everything.
It's crazy.
Put it on some avocado toast and have yourself a good breakfast.
There you go. Impress your friends with that cheat code. Next time you make breakfast, crispy bread, a little bit of avocado, fried egg, so good. I might have to add that one in.
People are impressed by nothing. I've literally taken a fresh avocado, put it on a piece of bread, and put a fried egg on top of it, and I've had friends like praise what I'm doing.
It's true. People
And
get
takes
very-
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't take much to impress people. And that actually gets us into our next one, which is frying bread or toasting bread. This one seems so simple, but every time I'm with friends and I whip this technique out, people freak out. I'm like, where have you been? You just toast your bread. It tastes better. You don't have to eat those stupid white bread sandwiches.
Yeah, they're awful. They get so soggy. It's
Yeah,
like, just grill it up a little bit.
That's the truth too. If you're going out to a picnic, your sandwich is going to get super soggy, but if you toast it, game over.
If
It's
you're
gonna
not
stay
going out to a
crispy.
picnic and you have to go to school all day, toast your bread and it'll stop being soggy.
What we're going to do here as an example is make a little caprese sandwich. You've got your fresh bread sliced up, little bit of mozzarella, hit it with some tomatoes and just basil. Very simple sandwich. Again, you can use anything you want. It's more about the cheat code, which is this. Take a little bit of butter. The butter is for the flavor. Then you're going to add in a little bit of oil. And the key here is the oil is going to increase the cooking temperature of the butter, so you're not going to burn the butter. So I do like combining those two because you get the flavor and you get the nice cooking temperature. Then we just take our sandwiches, toast those off in both sides. You don't have to worry about like rubbing the butter into the bread. Screw all that. Get them super crispy. Everything melts in the middle. That's always a bonus. You can't beat melted cheese over.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Fresh melted mozzarella.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
Nothing better. You've got yourself an amazing sandwich. Cut into that thing and take it down. Toast your bread, my friends. If there's one thing you learned from this video, toast your goddamn bread. The last cheat code on our list is very interesting because it kind of is a real cheat. It's sugar. And sugar's an interesting one because human brains are a bit addicted to sugar, so it really is cheating a little bit. So I don't like to use it too much, but when used correctly, it does change. It changes the game for sure. A lot of times I'll just use sugar to balance out flavors. So if I have something super spicy, I'll take a little bit of sugar and sprinkle that in to just balance it out. You can also use honey if you want to do something more natural, or maple syrup or agave, whatever it is. And then something Brothers Green has been using for years, this one tricks people big time. We'll make a spice mix and we'll add in sugar. So we'll add in all your classics, your chili powder, your garlic powder, paprika, but then we'll finish it off with a little bit of sugar. So if you say fry up some chips, just like this, some tortilla chips, you sprinkle that spice mix on, I guarantee people are going to lose their shit. It will not fail. Every time we've served these tortilla chips, they're like, what the hell? What is that? What is that flavor? You just keep coming
They're
back. That's the
amazing.
thing with sugar.
They're so addicting.
You keep coming back for more, and they little do they know, just a little extra sugar to trick their brain.
Do you remember at like the spring fairs when they would cut a lemon in half and they'd put the sugar straw in it.
Oh.
And you just suck on the lemon juice, but it was mixing with the sugar.
That is...
And it was like the greatest thing in the entire world.
That's amazing. That's true. Again, sugar balancing out acidity as well.
That just
so
popped
good.
into my head.
I asked my brother for his own cheat codes, and the only thing he gave me was sriracha. So we'll throw it in there just to end the video, but it really is. It's just like amazing spicy ketchup.
It can go on anything that was in this video.
That's very true.
You can put
Okay, so that's a good roundup because this can go on anything. I'm sure a lot of you use this as a bit of a cheat code, but it really does have a lot of flavor because you've got the chilies that are fermented, so that's a little bit different, and then it's got sugar in there and it's got garlic. It's just a delicious sauce that will elevate the spiciness levels. And that about does it for this episode. I hope these cheat codes have helped you. They definitely have helped me, and they continue to help me because sometimes I don't have all day to really build flavors. I need that goodness in my stomach, and I need it now.
Growing up with brothers who were chefs brought a lot of high expectations.
Yeah.
When people heard that, they always thought that I was a really good chef and that I could cook. But I don't cook that well, or so I thought.
Well, she's smarter than us. She got the smart gene. We got the cooking gene.
But they taught me a lot of stuff growing up, a lot of really quick things like mixing olive oil and lemon together, just really quick cheats that made it possible for me to cook in a really truncated amount of time. And
it's funny
now I can impress
And it's
people.
funny because, you say like you'll do these simple things and people will freak out. It really does not take much. You toast some bread with some avocado and that's like, that's a lot for people. So please cook these things up and enjoy your old life.